Hi, everybody.
Hello, citizens of YouTube land.
Hey,
It's your president and your VP. And yeah, we know it's a little bit late and things got a little sidetracked, but here's another episode of March of the Irish. This time it's the Leprechaun's Game.
we did say that we were going to do Leprechaun Returns as part of which was the newest and most recent film of the Leprechaun series, but turns out Hulu actually took it off, so we had to find something else as an alternative.
So, this movie is directed by somebody who I've never heard of before, and it stars a bunch of people who I've also never heard of before. And it will come out in the year 2020, and I'm assuming it was made for roughly $25,000.
Sounds about right.
This movie features the following, guys. It features shadows on the camera lens. It features incredibly bad amateur acting. It also completely and totally confuses the leprechaun mythology.
Mm-hmm.
It gives this little spiel about the leprechaun, and this movie basically tells us that the leprechaun is actually from the seventh circle of hell or something like that.
No, he's from the underworld because he was actually a minion of Leviathan. If you know who that is, guys, he's actually a demon from Assyrian mythology.
Yeah. So apparently he has this device which allows him to basically suck the souls of his victims uh, as he's killing them. And apparently there's also these group of I'm gonna assume there's some kind of criminal crew, and they are attempting to locate the gold because of the leprechaun, because the billionaire or millionaire or whoever he is trying to prove the existence of mythological creatures. He has like a tuft of hair of Sasquatch and uh, a like a talon of the Loch Ness monster. It's a little bit weird. And we find the crew consists of one black guy who actually makes it all the way to the end, which is kind of a nice touch in a way, because usually, they're the first ones to die in these type of movies.
Yeah.
There's also a pregnant lady and a rather scuzzy looking white guy who is married, I guess, to the pregnant lady. And she doesn't want him to go along with it, but then they go and they got to search the end of the rainbow. And they find the gold, and they've stolen the gold from the leprechaun. So, this leprechaun, mind you, it's wearing a mask. It's a leprechaun's mask. It's not even makeup. It's just a latex mask, guys.
And
That's
it
all it
looks
is.
awful.
It does. It looks incredibly cheap.
Like Warwick Davis's leprechaun makeup looks better than this stupid mask.
Um, Apparently, also, this leprechaun has Darth Vader Force-like powers, where he can freeze people right in their tracks and break every bone in their body.
Yeah, and it's like I get that they're trying to probably go for more of the magical side of the leprechaun, but it's like you could have done it in a better way, guys.
Yeah, and see, when it comes to the Leprechaun movies, y'all, they're so bad they're good. And this is too in many, many ways. As long as you're willing to just laugh and just laugh at it. Don't think about it. Don't think about how bad the acting is. Don't think about how bad the directing is. Don't think about how bad the editing is. Just let it go and just enjoy the ride. It's pretty crazy. Uh, because they're told, I guess, that a four-leaf clover can kill the Leprechaun. And this is, meanwhile, after he's basically offed each and every one of them one by one. And in many ways, you are kind of hoping that they could have been a little bit, or at least I was hoping they could have been a little bit more creative. But like I said, with a budget of roughly $25,000, there probably wasn't much they could do. However, it's really not that bad per se. I've definitely seen a lot worse out there, but it is incredibly bad. So bad that it's good. Uh, because the leprechaun, he kind of laughs like this. He's like, "Arr, arr, 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 arr,
No,
arr."
it's more of a.
Yeah. It,
It's so bad. Like, even trying to talk about the plot of the stupid film is like it was.
and what could have made it a little bit better, in my opinion, though, was if the leprechaun had been a bit more comedic. It's like his one-liners really didn't fall that well, really didn't sit that well. But like I said, it's a bunch of people that I've never heard of before, and probably oh. But here's the kicker, guys. Here's the kicker.
The leprechaun is played by a full-grown person
And not only that, though,
who may or may not be the director.
that could be that. Could, well, no, it's actually two different people.
Oh, damn.
It's not quite that bad, although there are plenty of really bad stuff out there. There's actually plenty of so bad that it's good, like The Room, which of course was written, directed, and starred Tommy Wiseau. Hey guys, if you want us to do The Room, we might just touch that one too, because it's yeah. Yeah, but I did find myself laughing a lot at the unintentional comedy of it all.
That's your alarm.
Okay, I'll be right back. You keep talking.
So, yeah, the thieves, let's just get on with the rest of the plot here. The thieves, they go ahead and they steal the leprechaun's gold, blah blah blah, and they start on the spending spree. But all of a sudden, they all start getting killed off one by one until finally it's the two best friends, the black dude and the white guy who has the pregnant wife, and then yeah, and then afterwards, you then have and then like the black dude, he gets killed off by a neck snap from the magical force powers of the leprechaun. Then the dude that has the pregnant wife, she gives the leprechaun a pipe, who then he starts smoking it, but it turns out it actually had a four-leaf clover in it, and so he just dies. But actually, he didn't die, because
No.
then he comes back, and then they had like a black title card, by the way, cue card. This is how cheap this stupid film is.
Yeah.
To indicate it was a few months later. He winds up coming back, killing the other dude, and then he gives off one final one-liner before the film ends, and then you have the pregnant lady go, ah!
Yeah, just screaming into the camera. So that was the Leprechaun's game, and yes, there's a sequel called The Leprechaun's Curse. Maybe someday we'll touch upon it, but until then, final rating for this one, 2.5 out of 5. What say you?
A 2.
So that gives it a 2.25 out of 5 total combined rating. But of course, as always, guys, if you've seen The Leprechaun's Game and you think it's the worst horror film of all time, well, it is not even close. And we are going to get to the absolute worst ones someday. So with that being said, stay tuned, guys, where we're going to be doing a review of a gaming console. Which one is it? Well, you'll just have to find out. Until then, peace and love from Denny and Son. Bye.